All right, let's talk about a really critical shift happening right now in the world of security. It's this idea of moving beyond just building walls, and even beyond just seeing what's in your cloud. We're going to dive into what it really means to ensure your entire digital business is not just secure, but viable, built to last.
So let me just start by asking you this. Is your business secure or is it resilient? Now that might sound like just semantics, but trust me, it's not. The gap between those two words is where huge companies either make it or break it. And understanding that difference, well, that's everything.
So how did we even get to this point? Well, it all starts with the cloud, and specifically, the brand new kind of complexity it introduced.
Think about it. As we all rush to the cloud, the old security playbook just got thrown out the window. That nice, neat perimeter you used to defend? Gone. Your infrastructure basically dissolved into thousands of little services, and workloads started popping up and vanishing in the blink of an eye. For a lot of security teams, it was like trying to see in the dark.
And right into the middle of all that chaos, a new approach came along. This is where we talk about Wiz and its ability to finally let people see through the fog. This wasn't just another tool, it was a totally different way of thinking.
What Wiz did was kind of brilliant in its simplicity. First, instead of making you install all these clunky agents, it just connected directly to your cloud using APIs. Easy. Then, it used that connection to build this incredible map, a single graph of literally everything you own in the cloud. But here's the magic trick. It then connected the dots on that map to show you the actual attack paths an adversary could take.
And the change was, well, it was night and day. Before, security teams were just drowning in alerts from all these different tools that didn't talk to each other. Wiz provided what you could call cognitive consolidation. It replaced that fire hose of noise with a single, unified view that focused on real contextual risk. You went from a million meaningless alerts to a clear, prioritized list of what you actually needed to fix.
And that's the real key right there. It wasn't about finding every single tiny thing that was wrong. It was about answering the one question that truly matters. What do we need to fix right now? By showing actual, exploitable paths, it let teams focus their energy on the stuff that could really hurt the business.
Okay, so having this amazing visibility is a game changer, right? Absolutely. But it's not the whole story, not by a long shot. And that brings us to the limits of just having visibility. Because seeing a technical problem isn't the same thing as understanding a business risk.
So let's really chew on this question for a second. You could have the most perfectly configured, locked-down, secure cloud environment in the world. But does that automatically mean your business is resilient? The answer, pretty bluntly, is no, and we need to understand why.
It's because we've got to start thinking about cyber resilience differently. It's not some IT problem to be handled in the basement anymore. It's a core measure of how well your entire company performs. It directly affects your revenue, the trust your customers have in you, and, you bet, your shareholder value.
To bridge that huge gap between technical security and overall business strategy, a new idea had to emerge, and that's the Digital Value Management System, or DVMS. It's a framework built specifically to govern this much bigger idea of digital value and resilience.
The way DVMS works is pretty cool. It doesn't just look at individual parts. It sees the whole company as this one big living digital organism. And its goal isn't just to find flaws. It's to make resilience something you can actually measure and govern, connecting it directly to your business strategy and making it clear who is accountable for what, all the way up to the board.
So to be super clear, this isn't another tool you run to find the latest book. It's more like a management architecture. It flies at a much higher altitude, you know? It's all about governance, assurance, and accountability for the company's digital lifeblood.
Okay, so we've got this incredible visibility from Wiz and this high-level governance from DVMS. How on earth do they fit together? Well, there's a really powerful metaphor that I think makes it all click.
Think of it like this. Wiz is your organization's high-performance sensor array. It's the eyes, the ears, the sense of touch, constantly scanning the environment and feeding critical data to the operators on the ground. But DDMS, that's the brain. It's the central nervous system and the executive cortex. It takes all those signals, puts them into a business context, and makes the big strategic decisions to keep the whole organism healthy and viable. One informs the people doing the work, the other informs the people making the decisions.
So, put simply, Wiz answers a critical, in-the-moment operational question. Where are we exposed right now?
Meanwhile, DVMS is answering the big picture, strategic question that keeps the CEO up at night. Are we, as a company, structurally resilient?
See the difference? You absolutely need both answers.
So this isn't about one being better than the other, not at all. It's about evolution. It's the next logical step in how we mature our approach to managing cyber risk. I mean, you can see the progression so clearly, right? In the past, we built digital walls. That was perimeter security. Right now, in the present, we've learned how to see everything inside our environment with platforms like Wiz. So the clear future is to integrate all that amazing visibility into a smart governance framework like DVMS so we can manage risk to the whole system.
At the end of the day, they absolutely need each other. One without the other just doesn't work. Visibility without governance, that's just a lot of data with no one accountable for it. And governance without visibility, that's just wishful thinking with no connection to what's actually happening on the ground.
And that brings us to the big takeaway. For anyone in a leadership position today, the most important question you can ask has changed. It's not enough to just ask, where are we exposed? The real multi-billion-dollar question, the one that will define who wins and who loses, is, are we structurally resilient as a digital enterprise? That's the challenge, and that's the opportunity.